Yeah, I'm in a concrete arena floor
Oh,
too, so I'm basically in a bunker.
you're in Iowa. You're in Des Moines. You're in my neck of the country today. So
Oh, no way.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm from Iowa. I'm from about 2 hours south of Des Moines. So yeah.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
it's so cold.
you're in the tundra, man.
Yeah, it was like negative, like real temperature was negative
Oh my.
16 this morning when the
Oh.
crew went in, and we were in our bunks on the bus, and our heaters just couldn't keep up, and it was a
Oh
cold night.
man.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, man.
interesting.
I'm in Indianapolis now, so I mean it's the same thing here, man. But
Yeah.
but hey, it's living up to the name of the tour. It's Winter Jam, dude.
Yep,
And
that's true.
man, you guys are Winter Jam vets at this point, man. You guys have done Winter Jam so many times. It seems like it seems like it's almost like it's your guys' tour now. It seems like. I mean, but this time it's different though. I've seen video and pictures, and dude, the stage on Winter Jam and the production this year just looks insane. I mean,
Yeah,
how is this year compared to previous years?
yeah. So I mean, it's been about 5 years since we've done the tour,
Yeah.
and we did some of the very first ones going
Hmm.
back 15, whatever years ago.
Yeah.
But this is the first time it's in the round, which I think just, after being out here for a couple weeks, we're about 6 or 7 shows in,
Hmm.
and you can really see that it's great for the fans. Like everyone's got a close-up view, everyone's got a close-up seat.
Yeah.
It's not like you're on the end stage and everyone's, 300 feet away or whatever.
Right.
So that's fun. And in Newsboys, we've actually done in the round tours on our own before. So we
Hmm.
were pumped when the opportunity was there to kind of build a show around a 360 stage. So
Right.
yeah, it's fun, man. We're having a great time, and with 6 of us being out here, there's
Yeah.
plenty of room for everyone to roam.
Good. Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean, man. The last year you guys started the Newsboys United thing last year around this time, springtime is when you guys went out on that. And I mean,
Yeah.
talk about like making everybody's like Newsboys dreams come true. And like, I mean, I was at the Fort Wayne show last year on that
Oh, that was a good
run.
show.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was so much fun. I mean, I guess, did you guys expect it to go as long as it has? Was that the original plan when you guys started this, or
No.
was it going to be a one-off run and then it just went really well? I mean, what was the original plan?
Yeah, it was originally just kind of booked as a one-off run for about 12 weeks, but
Okay.
I thought deep down inside that there was a chance it could go good, but we hadn't all played together, we hadn't all
Yeah.
been together, we haven't all toured together. Like it was kind of a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Phil and I were kind of back in touch a little bit, but he had been gone for
Yeah.
12 years and Peter had been gone for almost 10. So
Yeah.
um, I think it deep down inside, I think we all knew it was something that we would do at some point,
Right.
and that it was probably better to do it now
Hmm.
than to just wait forever until it's too late. It's
Right.
life goes by quick,
Yeah.
and but when we got together and started rehearsing, it felt pretty good. It was interesting. A lot of the songs I never thought we'd play again,
Right.
but when we go out on the road and within the first couple weeks, the response was kind of crazy. Like people were flying in from Europe to see the
Yeah.
tour and
Yeah.
flying from all over the country to see the tour because it was something that they thought they'd never get a chance to see again.
Yeah.
And it was really encouraging to us because, we kind of, I mean, I grew up, and I don't know, you remember bands like Petra and
Oh
Whiteheart and all that
yeah.
kind of
Oh, I
stuff.
do all of that stuff, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
I was a little skeptical because I've, seen how those bands get treated, as legacy artists. They kind of just went away and nobody really cared about them anymore, or
Yeah.
they don't really do a lot. So I didn't know
Mhm.
if there would be interest for a lot of the back catalog, but turns out there
Yeah.
was. And so that tour kind of went into a summer tour, which kind of went into a fall tour, which kind of went into making a record, and then
Right.
an offer to do Winter Jam. So it just kind of has been steamrolling, you could say, or
Yeah.
snowballing over the course of the last year.
Right.
And we're having a lot of fun. I mean, for Peter and Phil and the rest of us, maybe it's a good example for our culture today. But if hey, we've been together for 25 years, and over that time, of course, there's going to be ups and downs and whatever. But it's cool that you can kind of
Hmm.
work it out and figure out a way to come together and just have a great time, and that's what we've been doing, and it's fun. We've been a part of each other's lives forever. I mean, I was in Phil's wedding, he was in mine, we held each other's babies, and when
Oh
they were
wow.
born, I mean, those are
Oh,
all big family type milestones. So I don't
yeah.
know, it feels good. It feels a lot better than any of us thought it would.
And you guys, now that Peter and Phil are back in the mix, I mean, you guys have one of the longest standing lineups, not just in Christian music, but in all of music. I
Yeah,
mean, it's it's
yeah.
it's ridiculous. I mean, you've been in the band for going on 20 20
25
some years,
25
20 some
years.
years. Yeah, it doesn't feel that long. Sometimes it does.
No.
But but I mean, just the longevity of this band and the different eras, it's cool to see everything coming together, because it's not just a throwback show. You guys are doing some of the newer Newsboys songs, the Michael era songs, as well as the throwback songs as well. So it's kind of doing the entire Newsboys history all in one show, which is
Yeah,
really cool.
it is cool. I think for all of us, we are respectful of the stuff we've done in the past, and we know how much people want to hear those songs.
Yeah,
At the same time, I think we know that we want to keep moving forward too, and that's kind of why we made a new record that's coming out soon. And
yeah,
didn't want to just become, bands can become a parody of themselves, or just be a karaoke version of their past former selves or whatever.
right.
And Newsboys, I don't know. We've always figured out a way to attract new listeners, and we're
Yeah,
grateful for that. And it's interesting because on the tour, there was a lot of people that would come out that were huge fans of Michael and what we'd done in those 10 years,
yeah,
and who really knew nothing about Peter and Phil at all.
yeah.
And they got introduced to a whole era of music they knew nothing about, maybe just because of their ages, like they weren't even around yet.
Oh,
And then there's, a lot of people that came out just because they, missed those old songs and wanted to
yeah,
see Peter again, really left the band, being fans when Michael came on board, and then get introduced to all that era. So it kind of worked unusually well,
mhm,
where like both eras of the band came together, and we're
right,
kind of making new fans out of our own fans. It's
right.
really crazy, but I think that's one of those things. We have never stopped going.
Yeah,
We've always been a band that's kept going,
yeah,
always been making new music, and always been doing things kind of like the old-fashioned way, like
yeah.
meeting people a lot. You always see us out in the hallway after a show, meeting people, talking to
Hmm.
people, doing a ton of shows, and people remember that. It's like people come up to you, oh, remember that show you did in 1990, blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know, but there's memories there, and
Exactly.
you build those connections with fans, and it's cool for us because like we never thought that we would play that big of a part in so many of these people's lives at all.
Yeah.
And to hear the stories now, it's like, wow, that's really cool. So it's encouraging, it's humbling, it's a lot of different emotions, and but mostly it's fun. It's good to
Yeah.
be making music.
It's to me, it's weird to think. It honestly kind of makes me feel old when I think that there's people who aren't old enough to remember when Peter and Phil were in the band and don't even know that material and are being introduced to it now, because that's the Newsboys I grew up with, and then I stayed along for the ride when Michael came in, because I thought it was really cool
Yeah.
to see him come in. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since next
I
year since Born Again came out. It's been a decade
know.
almost, and you talked a little bit about how some bands go through a little bit of a down time, and I feel like before Michael joined the band, the Newsboys kind of did go through a little bit of a
Oh
down
gosh.
period there, and bringing him in and that Born Again period really just almost relaunched your guys' career in a lot of ways. I mean, what was that time like for you guys when he came in? So it was
Oh,
really interesting.
it was really actually really tough. Peter didn't really realize at the time. He'll be the first to tell you that he was just burnt out. And we
Mhm.
were making a record called In the Hands of God,
Yeah,
and
I remember that
myself and
one. Yeah.
him were producing it. And, I think things just creep up on you. And for him, it had been over 20 years of touring and record after record.
Mhm.
There's a lot of pressure that people
Yeah,
don't
there's a
realize,
lot of
that
grind and.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of grind doing a couple hundred shows a year and constantly being under the gun to produce something, to write a hit song and to keep
Hmm.
things going. And I think he just got kind of just burnt out and just hit a wall, and he kind of just needed to walk away. And he at the time he didn't really even care. He was just like, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
And it is very rare that bands like this change lead singers and it results in anything good. I mean,
Yeah.
you can cite a few examples of bands that changed lead singers and kind of had
Yeah.
some success, but
Petra's one that did, you know.
yeah, yeah, and we were kind of like, well, we none of us felt like we wanted to quit at that point. We had
Hmm.
been in this band since we were teenagers, and we knew Michael. We knew him from a long time ago, from way back when both him and us were getting started in music. So it's kind of like, well, what do we have to lose at this point? But man, I'll tell you, going out on those first couple of years of shows with Michael was really tough because we had booked shows where people didn't even know Michael was in the band yet. This was
Yeah.
kind of before social media took off and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
So you would get to a show and people would be like, "Where's Peter? What in the world's going on? Who is
Oh
this guy?"
man.
Like, and
Hmm.
uh, it was just really tough. But yeah, like you said, when Born Again came out and we had a record under our belts to work with, and the success of that song and that record, and people were kind of like, okay, this is something different,
Yeah.
but we like it, and
Yeah.
so that was cool. And from there, kind of just steamrolled. It was a lot of
Yeah.
hard work, but God's Not Dead and all the movies that followed
Yeah.
only helped, and
Yeah,
it was a
that's for
lot of
sure.
fun. Like it's really bizarre where music will take you if you just
Yeah.
are faithful with it. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about the past. So let's talk about now. The new song actually dropped
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Today, I
It dropped
believe.
this morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I've listened to the thing twice already, and it's really that's just it's Newsboys, man. That's just it's exactly what I wanted to hear from you guys, and it's really cool to hear a song with both Michael and Peter on the song. It's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it like writing with two singers now? Is that tough, or is it
Oh,
pretty much the same?
it's a nightmare. Three lead singers if you add Phil. Oh,
True,
yeah,
true,
I
yeah.
know. It's tough. Having one lead singer is hard enough, but being in a band with three,
Oh man,
it's like 300% more
right.
difficult. No, it's cool because you can print that, by the way. But it's you got
Love it.
the cool thing about having Peter back around is that songwriting is one of his gifts. So
Yeah.
immediately, like he was, and he was at the point where he was feeling rested and good and ready and
Awesome.
all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. He kind of took the reins as producer of this record, and
Awesome.
he'd been watching us from the outside for 10 years, and I
Right.
know he had a lot of cool ideas and things that he wanted to do and try. So yeah, it's cool, and it's cool to hear the voices blending and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
the it's been great. We've had nothing but great text this morning as the song gets released and people are hearing it.
Yeah.
But the record is similar too. I mean, it's a very melodic record. It's
Nice.
really got space. You can hear all vocals. It's really unique. I think it's gonna be well received. So
I'm excited. I
yeah,
can't
man.
wait. It comes
Yeah,
out in is it May that it comes out? Is
it's
that right?
May. Yeah, and
Okay.
we've got an EP out on here on Winter Jams. Fans are getting like a 3 song
Oh,
thing with some
nice.
remixes and that kind of thing. Getting a little teaser, but yeah, it'll be I think May 15th is the release date.
Oh, perfect. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I mean,
yeah.
are you playing Greatness of Our God on Winter Jam
Oh,
now that it's out?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, well,
Awesome.
that's the great thing about it. We've been playing it for months, and
Okay.
nobody knows it yet. So it's
Gotcha.
going to be fun when you roll up to a town and people actually know the song because
Right.
we've been teaching it to people for a while. Yeah, we're playing that and a few new songs out here, so it
Nice.
works out good.
It's
Yeah,
it's got to be tough to figure out which older songs to play on a tour like Winter Jam because
oh,
it's not like a regular headline run because you only get like it's like half of a headline set on Winter
it's
Jam.
about
It seems like
45
yeah,
minutes. Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm the guy who gets tasked with the job of putting the set
Oh,
list together and all that
dude.
stuff. So
Oh man.
it's like trying to solve a math puzzle
Right.
or algebra or something.
Right.
But um, because we just came off this tour where we all were on stage for like over 2.5
Yeah,
hours. We played 30 songs. It was like a
yeah,
Bruce Springsteen show. And then all of a
right.
sudden, you find yourself on Winter Jam where
Get
you
like
got to play
12 songs.
40, 44 minutes, and you're going on stage at 10:30 at night where people had just been blasted by 10 other bands, and they're staring at you with empty eyes, like, I don't know if I can survive another band, or should I
Right.
go home? Yeah.
You're like, we've been
So,
playing for 3 days straight. We're not sure if we can survive. You
yeah.
know.
So I always tell people if you love the second verse of any song, you're probably not going to hear it on Winter Jam.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, no matter what, I am
Yeah.
excited for Winter Jam. You guys are going to be here March 28th in Fort Wayne, March 29th in Indianapolis. Man, I cannot wait. There's so many good bands on this run, whether it's Ledger, Mandisa, Red Collective. I mean, there's nobody bad on this Winter Jam tour. Everybody's going to bring their A game. I can't imagine what it's
Yeah.
like to be able to watch all of these bands every single night. I mean, come on, it's going to be good. I mean,
Yeah, it's great. It's
yeah,
it's it's a very interesting
yeah.
and unique event, and yeah, it's we've done it before, but it's a lot of fun. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun for the bands too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Jeff, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. Thanks for
Oh yeah,
giving me a call. I will be seeing you either in Fort Wayne or Indianapolis, one of the two, maybe both. We'll see.
cool,
I can't wait. And man, stay safe on the road. Have a good, stay warm. Have a good show in Des Moines tonight, and we'll see you in about 2 months.
cool. Thank you, Reggie. Take
Thank
care, bud.
you. You too,
Bye
man.
now.
We'll see you.
Bye.